Hello everyone, this is Mrs. Calamo. I'd like to show you how to use the note card feature in Noodletools. So the first thing that you want is to be logged into your Noodletools project, and you want to go to your sources first. The reason that I ask you to go to your sources is because you can easily access your literary criticism or journal articles from here by clicking on View Live Web Page. So if you would like to get back to this original article to add some information from it to your note cards, you don't need to go back and search through the entire database. So I'm just going to open one or two of them from here. You can see at the top over here that there is a special note cards feature in Noodletools. You can also add a new note card directly from here, directly from the Sources tab. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go to the note cards tab over here, just because I want you to see what the canvas looks like. So you also have the option to create an outline in Noodletools, but I don't really need that right now. So I'm going to just click on this, drag it over so I can make my note cards just a little bit bigger. So to begin, I want to click on this green button that says New, and I want to give my note card a title. Now, at this point, you may be thinking to yourself, what should the title be? You need to look back to your research question. You're seeking to answer that question. So the way that you want to organize your note cards is something that you should discuss with your teacher. Do you want to do them by source, or do you want to do them by topic? And the topic would be in support of your research question. So for this, at this point, maybe my research question isn't totally solidified, or I just have an idea. So maybe I'm just going to title this one, The Theme of Race in Beloved. So I give my note card a title. I can always go back and change it. And now I need to select the source. Where am I going to get this information from to support the ideas I put forth in this note card? So what I would like to do is focus on this source that I added, this article, The Psychological Impact of Slavery and Separation in Toni Morrison's Beloved. Now what I can do here is there's a portion in the note card for a direct quotation, and I can take that directly from the article, or I can paraphrase in my own words and put that over here. So I think it's very important that if you have a direct quotation, that let's say you just take a chunk of information from your source, that you then go and paraphrase and put it into your own words. Now from here, you can insert your own original thinking. How is this going to support my thesis statement? How will I use this information in my paper? Will there be a specific place that it will go? And all that can come later. So it's really as simple as creating new note, giving your note card a title. You could see I have one here, and taking it from there. So I might say here, spirituality in Beloved, maybe my next note card. Select my source, and I might say Beloved, a spiritual. I have that open right here. Now here's my Gale article, and if I want to take a quote from it, I think it might be easier to switch from the document image view to the plain text view, at least for the Gale database. I mean, it's a little bit more crowded together, but it might be easier to copy and paste. And so I can say that here, narrative structures have been consciously manipulated between the implicit orature of recovered and remembered events and the implicit strictures of literature. So we're really kind of talking about her writing style, how it relates to spirituality. So I can paste that here. Go back, make sure I did a Control C, and then I can go into here and paste, or Control V. Okay. That is my direct quotation. I need to make sure I paraphrase this or put it into my own words. So from here, what I want to do is look back at this quote and say, how can I put this into my own words so that when I go to write my paper, I don't just have a paper full of quotations. And then from there, I can put my original thinking. Now you can always add your quotes, get your ideas down, and then go back to your note cards. You see how there are two on top of one another right here? I'm going to pull them apart. And I have some options here in terms of, do I want to group them together at one point? If I'd like to group them together, I drag one and I can put it on top of the other one. And doing that will make a group that I can then name them. They're calling it a pile, as if you had a pile on the floor. So I could say themes in the novel. Maybe that's the title of this pile. And now they're together. And you have some other options in here as well. I might want to manage the pile by changing the name if I had to. Or if I go back to the actual note, I'm going to expand my note. Let me see what other options it gives me if I go back in and I edit it. So once I'm in here, I may have some options to tag this if I'd like to, with maybe the words thematic or with more information about spirituality if I had to. So you do have some options once you have them all together. So that's just a basic overview of the note cards. As you get more detailed into the notes, we can then talk about your outline. If you have any questions, I'll stop by your class and you can come see me.